Okay, from this problem, we should be able to identify the conic type and which way this thing is going, and then, of course, identify the key features. So hopefully, when you take a look at this, one is positive, one is negative, it has to be a hyperbola. And since the y is positive, it has to be a vertical up-down hyperbola. So this is what you should be visualizing. So once I know it's a hyperbola, my job is to identify the center, the vertices, the foci, and then the asymptotes. Okay, so again, the center is staring right at us. Okay, be careful. This is so easy, it's hard. Technically, it's y minus 0. Okay, the vertices are above and below. So again, I'm going to use the same geometry logic before I do any math whatsoever. Since it's above and below, I'm going to change my y values. That's how I move up and down. But my x will be exactly the same as the center. My foci is also lined up as well, okay, with the vertices. So it's the same exact logic. So in some ways, these are actually a little bit easier than ellipses, okay? And then finally, the asymptote. In fact, I could complete the asymptote right now without doing much calculation. So it's going to be y minus 0 equals slope times x plus 2, those numbers staring right at me. So you can't really screw that up. And if you know basic algebra 1, slope is y over x, or change of y over change of x, then this is y's denominator over x's denominator. So without doing any fancy calculations, I have my asymptotes right there. Now it's just a matter of figuring out how far the vertices and the foci are from the center. So by definition, A will give me the distance from the vertices to the center. And what is A? Staring right at me, 3. C will give me the distance from the foci to the center. What is C? I don't know, at least not yet. I do know that this is B, so what's the relationship between A, B, and C for hyperbolas? This one is the Pythagorean theorem. So it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The easier one, I guess. A squared plus b squared, oops, b is 16, equals c squared. So that's 25. So c must equal 5. Okay, that's it. The rest of it is just adding and subtracting to the proper coordinate. So if I add 3, if I subtract 3, if I add 5 to that y, and if I subtract 5, then I have all the information I need.